start recording. Okay, so what we're going to do is I'm going to share a few points with you. I feel like I've taken a shitload of notes of things recently, and they're just sitting in front of me doing fuck all. It's like some of the things that we buy. So let's write this down. So number one. So have you ever been guilty of buying stuff and doing fuck all with it? Okay, I went through a stage of that, and I'm probably still going through a stage of that, where I buy books, I buy learning stuff, and it feels good buying it, and I feel kind of productive, but if I don't actually open the book, read it, not only read it, take something from it, then buying it meant shit. So what are you doing with your membership? So hopefully most of you are gym members, whether you're at my gym or someone else's gym. What are you doing? Have you purchased it? Or are you going to it? So you're paying a monthly fee, I guess. Are you making the most of it? Because like I said, just paying the fee isn't going to make you slimmer, leaner, lighter, fitter, stronger. It's not going to make it. You have to actually turn up. The same way if you buy a book, you actually have to read it. So how many things in your life are you actually purchasing but not actually doing the work and taking something from it and producing an actual result? So how many things? Because like I said, I'm massively guilty of that. When I see a new book, I buy it. I'm very impulsive, and all of a sudden I've got 6 books next to me. I've got one here. Let me show you my latest book that I've bought. So this is from a guy in my industry called Brad Burton. So it's called Life Business Just Got Easier, and I'd love to know how it gets easier. So I bought the book. And I like to continuously learn. I like to continuously develop myself, because I always want to see improvement. That's why our motivation stays high when we see results and improvement. But to improve, you can't just do the same shit. You have to increase your knowledge or increase your ability in that area. So if you want to get better at the gym, go more. If you want to get leaner, eat better and fucking exercise more. So number 2. So number 1, are you guilty of buying stuff and not doing stuff with it, especially your gym membership? Gym membership, you will not have better value in your life than paying £30 for a gym membership. £1 a day, you can't even get a cup of tea for £1 a day, let alone going to unlimited classes, having access to trainers, surrounding yourself with an environment of badasses. Okay, on to number 2. These aren't even my points that I've got written down here. This number 2. So at the moment I'm loving the program Undercover. Oh, come on. Undercover Boss. So why do I like Undercover Boss? So it's a US program. And it's about bosses going back into the companies to see what's going on behind the scenes when there's no one there. So it kind of made me think about you guys, in the fact that a lot of you are okay and have got shit under control when you're at the gym. So that 1 hour you're at the gym, everything's okay, nothing's a problem, and you can do the work. But that 1 hour versus the 23 that you're out of the gym, which one do you think's more important? I'm telling you now, not that I don't want you to join my gym and come to my gym to exercise, because that has a whole fucking world of benefits, but the 23 away from the gym are going to have a far bigger impact on your transformation than the 1 hour in the gym. The 1 hour in the gym supplements and complements the 23 away from the gym. So when I'm watching you in the gym, you're working hard, you're doing everything right, but what about when I'm not watching you? Like the Undercover Boss, They found out loads of shit that was going on in their businesses and people doing all the wrong stuff when the boss weren't there. What about when your coach isn't there? What are you doing? What's your nutrition like? What's your mindset like? What's your attitude like when you're not at the gym? Are you telling people you're doing the work when in fact you might not be? In fact, you're telling people you're doing the work because you think that's what they want to hear. But remember, we're walking, talking billboards. So if you're completely out of shape and you're telling people you're doing the work, they already think you're a fucking liar anyway. So don't lie. That's a golden rule. Do not lie. Because like I said, your body tells the whole story of your whole lifestyle, not what you're doing for 1 hour in the gym. So number 3, we're approaching Friday. So Friday is the day when most people get FB, and that's not Facebook, that's feedback. So I'm on a 1 stone challenge, and 75 other people are on it with me, and this Friday's our first weigh-in, and we've got to be at a minimum of 3.5 pound loss in week 1. So at the end of the week, you've either done the work or you haven't. You've hit the result or you haven't. Okay? But one thing that I want to make clear is people who constantly get feedback, so when they get weighed, measured, pictures, and I mean consistently, will produce far better results than people who won't. The amount of people that, because there's 75 people on this challenge, the amount of people that are working harder than ever, putting more effort than ever, just because they're on a challenge is incredible. So nearly everyone will have produced a better result than they would have done if they weren't on this challenge. So that tells us that accountability is massive, and that's why our latest membership, which is called Unstoppable, which details will be coming out at the end of this week, is all about accountability, because people don't need access to more exercise sessions. They need someone to call them out on their bullshit and have someone accountable to it. So Friday, the end of the week, get some results. What's happened in the week? Have you come closer to your goal, or are you further away? How do you know? We'll get weighed, measured, have your pictures taken, do some fitness testing. And also, remember, Friday doesn't just mean switch off. It means that we're heading into the weekend. And remember, the weekend is the area that most people sabotage their results that they've produced Monday to Friday. Because most people eat more on a Saturday than they do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Most people eat more in one day. And it might not just be eating, it might be drinking. Because remember, liquid calories count. And remember, it's far easier to drink a calorie than it is to eat a calorie. So people think that they don't count. They don't count unless you chew it. So just be wary that on a Saturday and Sunday you're not sabotaging. So if you're one of those people that feel like you're working hard Monday to Friday yet nothing's changing, it's probably because, one, you're not tracking your nutrition and you don't know really how much you're eating, and number 2, you're probably eating more on a Saturday and a Sunday than you are eating throughout the 5 days of the week. So number 4, let's go to my notes here. So I've got a question. So question for you. And I wrote this one down. Let's change colour without me even trying. Let's go back to red. So question for you. Question. My writing is shocking. I'm sorry, guys. So the question is this. If someone would have said to you, so when you were back in school, so let's say you were in high school, so for me that would have been 15, 16 years ago. If someone would have said to you in high school that you would have been in the body that you're in now, in the life you're in now, in the job you're in now, in the relationship you're in now, living the lifestyle you are now, would you have been happy? It's a deep, deep, deep question. Let's think about it. So the basic question is, are you happy with your current circumstances? And is where you're at now where you thought you'd be when you were thinking about your life when you were 14, 15, 16 years old? Are you where you want to be with your body? Are you where you want to be with your relationship? Are you where you want to be with your work life? Are you where you want to be with your finance? Are you where you want to be with your lifestyle? Are you where you want to be? Is the life you are living now what you actually thought you were going to be? And if it's not and you're not happy with it, what are you prepared to do to get yourself out of the situation that you have currently got yourself into? I thought that was a deep, 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 deep question. So yeah, think about that. Think about where are you at versus where you thought you were going to be. Where were you at versus where you were going to be? So number 5. So I went out. So kids, I love kids. My kids. Kids. So what I love about kids is the fact that when they want something. So when I took my kids out for a walk in the sun this weekend, Teddy saw other kids with a bucket and spade, and he told me, I want a bucket and spade. When he wanted a lolly, he told me, I want a lolly. When he told me a juice, he said, Dad, I want juice. So one thing I notice about kids is that they don't have fear. They don't have the same fear as us, as grown-ups. And they ask, and they say what they want. They say what they want. So let's think about that. So as kids, they just say what they want. So at what point did we become a nation of not saying what we want? Because as we get older, we're more worried about what people will think about us, being judged, before we even say what we want. We're worried about it. We don't actually say what we want. We don't ask for what we want because we're fearful. And it was refreshing, like I said, when I was spending time with Teddy, and the fact that it just reminded me that, like, if I want a better body, if I want a better car, if I want a better house, why not just say it? Say, I want it. When people walk through my gym, I always say to them, what do you want and why do you want it? And people don't even know. Or they pretend they don't know, because I think they actually do know. It's just that they're scared to say it in case of what I would actually think. Me as another person would think and judge them, and they're scared, so they use I just want to tone up and get a bit fitter. Why? Is that really true? What's the deeper meaning? So, don't be afraid of saying and thinking what you actually want, and what you're actually really thinking, and how you really, really feel. For some reason, it's been battered out of us in the way that we shouldn't say what we think, we shouldn't say how we feel, we shouldn't get emotional, we shouldn't have fears, we shouldn't ask for what we want, when we should. We shouldn't seek help. We shouldn't ask people because it's a sign of weakness. No, it's not a sign of weakness. It's a sign of strength, asking for help when you're not in the situation you want to be. So like I said, when your kid wants something, they ask for it. And they'll keep asking and keep asking and keep asking until they get it. So why don't we have the attitude of the kids, in the fact that when we want something, why don't we say we want it and then go after it until we fucking get it? Because I know that if I wouldn't have got Teddy a bucket and spade or a lolly, he'd have been on my back over and over and over and over and over again until he sort of got his way. And that's the mentality we need to be. We need to keep working until we get what we want. Also, I love some notes. I had someone contact me about a gym membership this weekend, the weekend just been. So I spoke to them. I asked them what do they want and why do they want it. So they give me this whole list of everything they wanted, and they were fucking extraordinary results. So I was excited. I was thinking, right, this person wants extraordinary results. They're ready, they're pumped, they want to invest in themselves. So I said to them, okay, so these are the memberships we offer. We've got the higher end, lower end, and we even do pay as you go for classes. But the higher end is for the most committed people. It sounds like you. And in the end, after telling me all these things that they wanted, and I'm talking life-changing things, and telling me how committed they were and everything they wanted, they didn't want to commit to our high-end package where they were virtually guaranteed results. They wanted the best results, but they wanted the basic package. So they wanted to do pay as you go, fucking pay as you go, because they had a fear that if they paid a lot of money they might not use it, or it's too much money. But like I said, we have people contacting us all the time, and if you want these extraordinary results and you want these life-changing results, you have to invest. Trust me, the more you invest, the more likely you're going to do it. Because let's think about it. How would you treat a £500 car versus a £50,000 car? I guarantee you that you'd look after the £50,000 car better. You'd service it, it'd be cleaner, everything about it you would look after better. Why? Because you've invested in it. You've invested in it, so you're more likely to stick to it. So all this, as soon as someone says to me they want to do pay as you go, I just cannot take them seriously, especially as their current situation is making them that unhappy that they're only prepared to do pay as you go. So they're only prepared to pay and come to the gym when they feel like it. Yeah, if you only train when you feel like it, like me, I probably wouldn't train at all, because not every day do I feel like it. That's why I'm committed, and I know that if I paid for something, I'm going to fucking do it. So wanting extraordinary results but only willing to give a basic effort, they don't kind of match. So your investment needs to match your results. So number 7. Okay, so your commitment is demonstrated by your consistency. Okay, so when people say they're committed, so commitment is demonstrated by your consistency. Okay, commitment is directly equal to consistency, and then your consistency is directly linked to your results. Like I said, are you guilty of coming into the gym, smashing a few hours once a week, and then your body not really changing, but you really want the result, but you're only prepared to come to the gym once or twice a week? Because everyone that I know that has got good bodies train 5 times a week minimum. Everybody I know that's got a good body, and what I class as a good body, trains 5 times minimum. So then if you want this body that these people have got, you need to replicate what they're doing. So your commitment is demonstrated by your consistency. So can you stay consistent? Can you do a minimum of 5 sessions per week every single week? Not just 1 week and then miss a couple of weeks, then do another week, then miss 4 weeks, then can you stay consistently? Because by you stopping, it's telling me you now don't want any more results. You now don't want any more results. But when you're consistently joining the gym and turning up for classes and doing your sessions, you are always making progress, whether it's small progress or massive progress. Every time you turn up, something is happening. Something is happening, and you need to be able to turn up to the gym irrelevant of your thoughts, feelings, moods and results. So if you can turn up to the gym and you can act in spite of all of them, no matter how you're feeling, thinking, all your results, then that's when you're going to be successful. Because never are you always going to be thinking great. Never is your mood going to be great, always great. Never are your results going to be on point. It's not always going to go swimmingly, and that's what you need to be told. And where are we are? And the last thing, and I went over this the other week, the air stewards. Okay, so what am I going on about air stewards? So air stewards, so basically, what does an air steward, when you get on a plane, what does an air steward say to you? They say, in the event of an emergency, grab your oxygen mask and look after yourself before you go to help anybody else. Because without your oxygen mask and you looking after you, you cannot help anybody else. So your oxygen mask is your exercise and your nutrition and your mindset, your confidence, and everything to do with you and improving you. Because a lot of us are guilty of spending all their time, do you know what I mean? If there's an accident on a plane and you don't put your own air mask on, oxygen mask, and you just concentrate on putting everyone else's on, and all of a sudden you're in the shit. You're putting yourself into danger, and that's what a lot of us are doing. We're helping everybody else do stuff, which is great. We're helping everyone else improve in their life, which is great and all. But what about you? What about your oxygen mask? What time do you set aside for your improvement? How are you improving in your life? Because it's alright helping your kids, your partner, your friends, your family, but what about you? Because there's going to be a point where you come to a point in your life where you look back and you think, well, what have I done? And that usually happens at the end of every year. So we look back at this year and we think, what have I done? Or it's like on a milestone birthday, like your 30th, 40th, 50th, 60th, 21st, whatever, big milestones. We look back, what have I done? And all of a sudden you might have a life of getting everyone else to where they want to be, but you actually haven't done much with you. So you need to look after yourself first. So for you to serve everybody else, you need to be of good health. You need to have a good body and good conditioning, good fitness levels. Yeah, they're the basic parts of actually you functioning well, and you then being able to help everyone else. So what I don't want you to do is I don't want you to concentrate on helping everybody else before you've helped yourself. At some point you need to be selfish and make time for yourself, because when you're functioning well and you're looking good, feeling more confident, that'll project onto everyone around you, and they will notice it the same way they'll notice if you don't feel good about yourself and your health isn't good. They will notice as well. Because without your health, like I said, you can have the best car in the world, the best house, the best watches, the best iPad, the best iPhone, but without your health, all that means shit. Okay, so hopefully these 7 points will have resonated with you, and maybe helped you in some way, shape or form. But these are the sort of things that have been on my mind this morning, and I hope you've pulled away either a little bit of motivation, a little bit of knowledge, a little bit of courage to do what you want to do, because like I said, at some point you're going to look back on this year and it's either been the same as last year, which you didn't really like and you didn't get the results you wanted. So if we're going to make this year different, we have to act different, we have to be a different person. So we can't do the same shit and expect different results.